We already have 11 people watching.
Sweet.
Yeah, so we're gonna kill it. We're gonna kill it. All right, we got. All right, let's go.
I gotta get different.
You gotta wait for it to end. Is that what's going on here?
Well, you know me. I just
Just gotta wait to end.
Yeah.
All right.
You just like, I don't care. Just click.
Oh, click it. Very good, Shifu. Yeah, I've been working it every day. He's jealous too.
I'm jealous, man. I'm waiting to get it. Woohoo!
So nobody else can hear Shifu talking.
Not yet.
But we're gonna get him.
He's ready.
I gotta move the mic away from you.
Why?
Because you're so loud. We're getting into the red zone here.
I'm excited today.
I know. So
what's up out there, Triggerland?
We have a special guest.
Yes.
Shifu Raul Ortiz is
he was on back when Trigger was a founding.
Was a baby.
And graced us with his presence and his knowledge. And he's here to do it again. And you guys talked about the top. I don't know what we got, but I know we're getting into some good stuff tonight.
Yeah, I got a vent today.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, I got a vent.
It's gonna be that kind of.
I got to vent a little bit.
It's gonna be that kind of show.
Because parents are not all parents, and don't take this the wrong way, public people out there, but some of you parents are stupid, and you all gotta change your view on martial arts and understand it's not a sport.
Yes.
It's not. We don't play martial arts. Right? You might play baseball. You might play soccer.
You can't play fight,
hockey.
man.
You don't play fight.
You can't play fight.
Yeah, so it's a martial art.
Playing fight hurts.
And you guys have to understand that as parents, if you're bringing your kid to learn a martial art, to teach them discipline, the parents have to be disciplined to bring their kids there. Even if the kids don't want to go, they'd rather sit and play Fortnite, but they go to school every day. Right? So martial arts is the same thing. So let's go rewind. Here we go, guys. Let's get ready for another show. Talk real, get real. Here we go.
Let's go with the trigger.
Good thing I got these gimmicks. And
here we go. All right, so we got to start off with paying bills first.
Oh, yeah, here we go. All right, ready? And
here we
mark,
go.
get set, go.
And
go
first
ahead.
off, Shifu Raul Ortiz is our special guest, and he's going to be hosting for us at our school a seminar, along with our school, 2-day seminar, 4 hours each, 8 hours of training.
It's unheard of, man.
Unheard of, man. Unheard for the price that you're getting. It's going to be first 4 hours. First day is the Shaolin Gim, the Shaolin Straight Sword, which is very rarely taught to people, unless you pay them those. You're paying that. You sprinkling the money around. That's,
you didn't give me the cue.
All right.
I have it under Juju's. Hold on. I got it under Juju's. All right, go ahead now. Sprinkle.
You ready?
Sprinkle the money.
You gotta sprinkle it.
Sprinkle the money. There we go.
That's it. So some instructors, charging like $1,000, $2,000, for like 4 or 5 hours, of instruction. But we want the bang for the buck, which means we want people who are dedicated, who are interested, who are generally want to learn, because again, if I'm teaching it, like
it's okay.
And
I'm gonna cut you off in 5 seconds.
All right, if you don't teach it, nobody's gonna get it, and then it's gonna dive by the wayside. Also, we're gonna be hosting, teaching basic lion dance, because lion dance is a dying art, and we want to spread it out and get everybody well versed in what lion dance is, why you should be doing it, and all that good stuff.
So if you guys are doing a crappy lion dance, come to us. We'll fix you up. So come on down. Even if you're doing a great lion dance, you can always be a student. You can always learn material. I'm always learning. I'm always training. And it's really important that everybody else out there be learning and training as much and just as hard, because if you're a student for life, then you're always moving in the right direction. Yep. So really, really important.
Always keep that ego in check.
Yep. So 631-447-7738. If anybody has any questions, give me a call. Check out the flyer that's up right now on the screen.
Yes.
If you can't see it, blow it up.
And we're gonna give you the information where you can get the to pay for the event ahead of time to get your spot.
Yep. That's all going to be on the website within the next 2 weeks.
We only got so many spaces for for the straight swords because we can't have 50 people crammed in one little spot here doing straight swords and moving around and jumping and stuff like that. It's just not going to be conducive. So if you want your spot, you better jump on it.
Here we go. Next one. Masters Unite. Sixth annual Masters Unite, August 1st, 2020. Come be a part of this, guys. It's really important. If you get a chance, come down, check it out, support. It's really important that...
It's all about that support, man.
Yeah, man. You get different martial artists. You get different understandings of different schools and what it's all about. So come on down and check that out as well.
Yes, sir.
5th annual Sanda Seminar, October 24th. 9 to 1, guys. 4-hour seminar. Come on down. 631-447-7738. Come check it out.
Yes, this one's going to be a doozy, man. We're going to be changing some stuff up, man. Because we got these wonderful, beautiful mats. So we're really going to get down and dirty with the shuaijiao and the throws and the locks and all kinds of stuff and everything like that.
Clinches. We're going to be working on clinches
and things like that. Stuff that people are not comfortable with.
Yeah, got to learn to be comfortable with it.
Got to learn to be comfortable.
So really, really important with that, guys. Yeah. Next one up.
You ain't doing him?
Where is he?
Right there.
There it is. We got to get rid of him. We ain't doing him.
Here
we go. Boom. Fuller broadcast.
Fuller broadcast.
Guys, if you guys get a chance, Fuller broadcast, Sanda fighting, MMA, kickboxing, Muay Thai, boxing, wrestling, BJJ.
Everything you want.
About people getting down and dirty and fighting. Especially Sanda fighting.
Yes, and people getting grimy, man.
Really, really important. All this is all a let's see.
Where's the sponsorship? Where's
my
sponsorship,
man.
Sponsorship.
There it is.
No, that's not him.
God damn it.
Down low. There you go.
Boom.
Oh,
all right. Tiger Life, guys.
Tiger Life.
Guys, if you guys are interested in drinking a cleaner drink, I'm not saying it's the cleanest drink in the world. No. If you're looking for a cleaner drink that's going to get you that energy, guys, check it out. Tiger Life. It's an awesome...
With all the tics and the Tourette's and the speed and the tachycardia and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, you don't want any of that.
You don't want none of that.
I think that's it. And you know what? Let's move on to the show.
Yes, sir.
Boys and girls.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to fade this on. Boom.
Ooh.
Look how beautiful that is.
See? Isn't that a better background?
I like my brick. I'm sorry. I like my brick. I think the bamboo's cool, and it's got a really nice professional touch, but I like the brick.
I know.
It's a little grungy.
But,
I think Shifu Raul would have liked the brick.
See? He likes that one.
You like that, right? Wouldn't it have been nicer with the brick behind it?
No.
All right, so let's get.
I think Zongsher just jumped on.
Hey, Zongsher.
How are you, sir?
Hope everything is well.
Good to see you. Hope everything's good. Hope you're feeling good.
What
we doing?
We are getting on the guest page.
Yes.
And we are getting our guest on.
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
And
without any further ado.
Boom!
There you go.
There he is.
All right, Shifu, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you guys?
Very well.
Awesome.
I'm going to fix that screen a little bit. Is that better?
A little low.
There we go.
There we go. Perfect.
That there?
Perfect.
Yeah? All right. And
perfect. Yes.
All right. So now it's better. You don't look so stretched out.
Yes, sir. So, Shifu.
Yes.
We have this thing in the backdrop here that we had a meeting about a while ago, and it is an awesome endeavor. I would greatly appreciate if you can expand upon the Black Sash Society, what it is, and why people should be doing it, and what it's going to do for the
community.
It's going to do for the coalition, the community in the 21st century.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me on your show. It's a great show. You guys are doing a great job. The New York Black Sash Society basically is it's a group of serious martial artists. And basically what we want to be able to do is it's open to anyone. We could be karate also. It's open to people who actually are teaching traditional and effective martial arts. Not daycare martial arts. In other words, not a place where you go and people just going, they're getting a belt, and black belts look like they're white belts, and it's more of a money-making thing. We don't want that. That's okay. If some people want to do that type of training, that's okay. But members of the New York Black Sash Society are not going to be that type of martial arts school. They're going to be held at a higher caliber, at a higher standard.
Right.
And basically what we want to be able to do is we're going to have different chapters of memberships. So sanctioned chapters or sanctioned schools, what happens then is that each sanctioned school will be able to hold an event once a year. And then every member of the Black Sash Society must support that school. If by any reason a school already has an event happening at the same time as that previous school, then all we ask is for that school to just give a donation to the event. Okay? And this one helps everybody.
Yeah.
Right? And it's about networking. A lot of people talk about networking, but there's no really bad people backing each other up.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
You come to me and I'll go to yours. And I can tell you that I have backed up everybody here in New York. Okay? And I can't say that everybody has backed me up. Okay? And so you get to the point where you go, okay, enough is enough. We all need to eat also. Right?
Yes, sir.
So we want to make sure that if this is a member in our society, that when he has an event, that we are going to go and support that event. Okay? Now, that's a guarantee if you are a sanctioned school. If you're just a member school, you throw an event, it's up to the individual members if they want to participate or not.
I see.
Okay.
If you are doing a sanctioned event, then members get a discount on that event. It could be 10% discount, which motivates people to come to the events. We also want to be able to have where we want to be able to do with martial arts schools the way they do with the restaurant industry, where you get the A, B, C grades. Right? And it should be where the cleanliness of the school, the material that's being taught, how professional are the instructors, okay? And the reason why a lot of people don't really know about good martial arts is because there's a lot of garbage out there. And so that's overtaking everything.
Yep.
Right? And so I try not to waste my time about talking about those type of schools because basically, they're making money, and the more you talk about them, the more energy goes towards them. Yep. Right? So it's about people for the New York Black Sash Society to educate the public on what real martial arts is all about. Right? It's not just about banging, and stuff like that. It's about the history. It's about the discipline. It's about the new day. You have to live this every single day. What does martial arts teach you? Right? Where's the discipline? Where's the respect? Right?
Yep.
So all these things, and these are the things that we want to make sure that the New York Black Sash Society gets to do. Also, what we want to be able to do is hold some grants throughout the year and give grants out to certain schools who have kids that want to train but cannot afford it.
Wow.
Yep.
And
I think
so
that's awesome.
we are going to, through the society, we are going to get donations. And of course, people that apply for it have to meet a criteria and they have to be able to meet all those requirements.
Like
in order to
NAACP.
Yeah.
something like that. Exactly. And so now what happens is that school gets awarded that grant to take care of that individual tuition for that student throughout that whole year. And this way it changes people's lives, man. Martial arts is actually the only discipline that really changes people's life. It enhances everything else that we do.
Yep.
Can't say, I played basketball in high school. I can't say that it enhanced my life to anything else that I did. No. The discipline that I had in my martial arts made me play basketball better. You understand?
I like that.
And so that's right. With the society, we want to get it off the ground. And again, like I said, it's open to any individual. So we'll have a Facebook page and a website and open enrollment.
So I think what this is also doing is it's also showing that we're, as a martial arts whole, we're not just taking, but we're giving back to society and to the community in a really good, strong way. We at our school, I have a student who lives in Arizona, and every month he gives a donation to a student that can't afford it for the year. So we have that kind of a grant going on at our school as well right now. And I think it's an amazing thing because martial arts has changed my life. It's changed, Sifu's life. It's changed a lot of people's lives. And we need to get this more going to the public.
This has to be more of a usual thing that's happening now in today's society.
Yeah, education.
Education through martial arts, which is what Shifu Raul is talking about. Education through martial arts. The banging and all the stuff comes with it, but if you're not educating yourself through your training, then you're just a meathead.
I think the more that martial artists, the more we get this black society going, or anybody getting any kind of an organization going that's teaching real martial arts, and we're teaching good, positive martial arts. I think what's going to happen in the future is that all the other schools that are teaching the fluff and the nonsense, people are going to start to learn and understand because the public will be educated on what they should be learning at a martial arts school.
Exactly.
And that'll take care of itself eventually.
Yes.
It eventually takes care of itself.
To the most extent, but you still got some cheap people out there that don't matter how good the filet mignon is, they still want Burger King. Yeah. And like Shifu Raul said, people have been selling snake oil since time of Moses. And some people gravitate towards that. Some people just want cheap stuff, and that's okay for them. But for the bulk of people, this is for the bulk of people that have no clue. And I can't tell you how many people, and you know this before, how many people you run into that talk and ask questions that are very illiterate in terms of the education of martial arts.
The thing about it is that it's martial arts and people is like anything else. People want to do martial arts, but they don't really want to do martial arts. They just want to dabble in there, put on the uniform, go to a school. They don't want to get hurt. I don't want to sweat too much. And just so that they can fulfill their heads and their fantasies that they're doing martial arts. Okay? It's like sometimes when I see people at the gym, they get on a treadmill and here they are looking at a TV. Well, you're not going to get any benefits out of that workout because you're not concentrating. You understand what I'm saying? But in their heads, they are satisfied that, I went to the gym. Well, everybody that walks right by the gym can say they went to the gym too. So you're always going to have that. You have that in any discipline that exists. You're going to have the people that take the shortcuts, right? You're going to have the people that do a lot of reading on it. They do a lot of history and theory, but they can't put it to practice, right? And then you have the people that commit themselves to it, right? Like when I ask people, martial arts is a way of life. And so everybody goes, yeah. And so when you tell me yes, I'm going to ask you, well, what does it mean? And if you're telling me you're training only 3 times a week, then that's not a way of life. That's a hobby for you.
Yeah, you just like to work out.
Because a way of life is every day. You understand? So every day you got to do something that has to do with your martial arts, right? Yeah. That's a way of life.
Yes, sir.
You can't live without it. And so that's why I got to understand how some people can just do martial arts. Again, it's okay. Some people are going to be hobbies, and you get what you put into it.
Yep. You're not a hobby school, and I think the Black Sash Society is going to be showing that
exactly.
All these non-hobby schools are going to get together and really start putting their best foot forward and showing what you can be getting for real if you train for real.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got questions.
So we want to talk about.
I got questions.
Well, it's almost 8:30. So,
already?
Yeah, dude, it's almost 8:30. We started like 5 minutes late.
I like 1 or 2 questions.
Before we get into the other stuff?
It'll be quick.
I don't know anything with you is not quick, man.
So
I gotta cut you off. I got this like a mute button.
You can cut
I
me.
just gotta mute
You can cut me off.
I gotta.
You can do like Sandman on the Apollo and just get that thing.
Get the big hook.
Yeah, they'll get the big hook.
I got a hammer. I don't got a hook. All right, go ahead.
So Sifu, question. You talk about sanctioned schools as opposed to non-sanctioned schools.
Yes.
So number one, how's somebody going to be a sanctioned school, and who's going to be running this whole thing in the first place? You know what I mean? Because we don't want Joe McDojo, trying to tell people, all right, you gonna do this and you gonna do that, you gonna do this and you gonna do that. You know what I mean?
No, we already elected board members. Okay, president, vice president, treasurer, event planner. We even have an attorney for the organization.
This is legit.
For the sanction membership, it is an annual fee that you have to pay. When you pay that annual fee, you will get a banner, a decal that will go on your window, and a certificate saying that you are a sanctioned school. Mm-hmm. That means that sanctioned school will give one event a year that all members have to participate.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Can anybody be in the Black Sash Society?
Anyone can be in the Black Sash Society.
But they're not going to be sanctioned.
But can anybody be a sanctioned member of the Black Sash? Like, can their school be sanctioned? Not everybody.
To be a sanctioned school, we have to go and do a background check on you. Ooh. So it has to be that you are a legit traditional school. We want to be very careful with this organization because we don't want people that have not put the time into training to infiltrate and then use the members that are already there to make themselves look legit.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that.
Okay.
So the only way that we're going to be able to educate people is if we make it strict on who becomes a member. Okay, this has to be very elite. Otherwise, then why would I want to be a member if everybody's on it?
Right.
You understand?
Yep.
It's like the awards that people give. There's nice awards, and I'm honored when I get nominated. But when I see somebody who's 18 years old or less getting an award also, I'm like, you just cheapened this award that you just gave me.
Yep.
Because I don't get it. Why is that person done? Right? And so a lot of times I have also turned them down because these awards have become the modern tournaments.
Yeah.
I have seen, you walk into a place and I can see, I can see that gentleman receiving this because of this, and that, or what he's done. But 90% of the people that are there haven't done anything. And you get in a Hall of Fame, but I don't even know who you are.
Yeah, and where is that Hall of Fame located?
That makes no sense to me.
It's in somebody's filing cabinet in a drawer somewhere in their house. Yeah. That's their Hall of Fame.
So right now, you got 90% of the martial arts masters or martial artists. They're all Hall of Famers. It's like, wow. Right?
Yep.
And half of these people have never done anything.
Yep.
But just pay that fee so they can get that award.
Mm.
Okay?
So you say
so that's why sometimes I turn them down, even though I'm going to be among a lot of good people. But I also know that among all those good people, there's other people that have never done anything. They're going to get awarded also. And I'm like, well, that's...
Yep, everybody gets a trophy.
Yeah. I don't want that.
Yep, it's like soccer. Everybody gets a trophy.
Yeah. So you're saying the society is not geared towards that at all?
No, we do not want to do that. If we ever do an award ceremony, we want to do once a year and maybe pick one or two people. That's it, right? You get plop plop, or however we do it, it's people that have done something. If you become a Hall of Famer or you get a Hall of Honors, what have you done to deserve that merit? Right?
Good question.
I like that.
Yeah, good question. Awesome answer.
I like that.
Awesome. Awesome.
That means I got to start working now.
Get busy.
I got to get busy now,
man.
Get
busy, man.
I got to get busy.
All right. So
see, that question it was over and done with.
Yep,
quick.
It was good. Sometimes,
I go off.
You go off topic.
I go off.
You go off topic.
I get excited.
That's okay because you know what? We don't get. I make sure that the people that we get on here, and it's very hard to get people on here. Like Shifu yourself, when I asked you.
You're a busy man.
But when I asked you, he was like, he goes,
man.
yeah, I'll come on. And boom, we get him on. And like other people I call, I'm like, look, I need to get you on. Well, I need to prepare. Prepare.
What are we going to be talking about?
Yeah, what do you need to prepare about?
What are you going to ask me?
Yeah, it's just, it's.
You live this every day. If you live it, you prepare every day.
That's exactly right, that shows the type of martial artist you are, right? So
exactly.
That's the people that we need on the show. So it's few and far people that we get on the show. We don't have a lot of people to get on the show. But here we go. I remember we had a long talk a while ago, Shifu, and we talked about what we're worth as martial artists. Now I know that you got doctors that go to that go to their schools for 20 years. For 25 years, sometimes for 10 years, 15 years, they get their certification. They start cutting people open. They're making loads and loads of money. You got lawyers out there that do 15 years, then they do the bar and they do everything else, and they're making money. Now we have martial artists that have been training for 30 years, for 40 years, for 50 years, and we're working so hard, but some of these people are not getting what they're worth. Because people are not community doesn't understand martial arts so much, and they think it's just a sport, that we're not getting paid what we should. And I want to know your thoughts on that, because we had talked about it. I want the public to hear this and to understand where we need to go with this.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's very interesting because, most martial arts schools struggle, okay? And when we look at the schools that we call McDojos or Burger Queens. And we complain about them, but yet they're packed.
Yes.
Right? So I'm going to tell you why. They're marketing, and they take the time to work the community, right? And so what happens with a lot of this, the public they're not ignorant. They might be ignorant a little bit into what martial art entails, but as time goes by, they start getting a little bit more educated. They start seeing other schools, and they start seeing talent. Like, wow, how come the kid doesn't look like that, right? So eventually, they move those kids into better schools. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But the reason why most people don't make money in martial arts schools is because they prostitute themselves in lowering themselves what they're worth just to get a student. And so
I hope people are out there listening to this. Listen to this, guys.
So I'm just going to use low numbers. So let's say your tuition for the month is $100. Okay? This is hypothetical. But now you're so desperate that the person comes in and you're like, everybody's going to negotiate, right? And then you're so desperate to take that person in that you lower your price. And you go, okay, you know what, I'll give it to you. The minute you start doing that, the person who's looking at you is looking at you that maybe your stuff is not that good. If you're actually willing to lower your standards, right?
Yep.
And so you lowered it, and now, guess what? They're going to come next time. Oh, man, can I get another break on this? Because this is, right? I remember one time I had a family that came up and they said, Shifu, we want to buy 4 jackets from the school. I said, okay, this is how much they cost. They go, can we talk to you in the office? And I go, sure. Then we sit down and he goes, you think we can get a discount on the jackets? So I looked at them and I said, let me ask you a question. When you go to Sears to buy coats for your family, do you ask them to give you a discount? Right? So, no. I go, because you don't understand how much is, you think I'm making a lot of money on the jackets, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I buy good stuff and make very little, but all that very little adds up to help pay the bills. You follow? Mm-hmm. And so what people don't understand, and the minute I told them that, they pay the full price, right? I'd rather have a person walk out than me over my standards, right? And I'm going to give you a perfect example. I had a lady that came in with 4 kids. She wanted to find out how much is it that we charge. And we told her we charge $200 a month for kids. She goes, well, across the street at Krav Maga, they charge $150. So I said, well, then, why don't you go across the street then?
Just so she was like, to your feet, sir.
Yeah. Right. So she was like, we don't like it there. You know, we want to come here. So I said, let me think about it. Okay? Now, she called us like several times, right? That she really wanted to do this. So I felt bad for her. And being that she had been going shopping around, I said, I'll tell you what. Okay, I'll give it to you for $150 for each kid. Right? You know what she says next?
What's that?
You think you can give it to me for $120?
Wow.
So that's what I say. You see, I try to work with you, but now you're trying to degrade what I'm worth.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So I said, well, ma'am, I can. Go walk in your journey.
Yeah.
Right? And that's it. I don't need you. You need me. And as an instructor, that's what I'm going to portray. I'm educated in what I've done. I've trained for 50 years in my martial arts. I haven't dabbled in it. I'm a professional instructor. I run a professional school. All of that costs money, right? So I usually tell people this when people come and they go, why are you more expensive than this other person? And I go, what kind of car do you drive? And if they tell me they drive a Mercedes, well, then how come you're not driving a Toyota? And I go, you don't need to answer that. You drive a Mercedes because it's a better car, better suspension, right? More comfortable, luxury, but it's more expensive, correct? I go, I'm the same way. I'm more expensive because I have a lot to offer. The experience that I have, you can't put a price on that.
You're the Alfa Romeo.
Exactly. And so you cannot put a price on experience.
He's got a really nice car, by the way.
I know, I saw it. I'm jealous.
And so what happens is that if you don't stay, you have to be true to yourself. And again, if that person decides to leave, I don't care if I'm starving. They're going to leave. But they're going to look at me like, wow, they're going to respect me because I stick to what I'm worth. I stick to what I believe.
Amen.
And you won't pay for it, but somebody else will come and pay for that.
Amen.
Right?
Amen.
And so there's always going to be somebody there willing to pay your price as long as you have mastered what you have. If you master your craft, there will be somebody willing to pay you for that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, and this is why, like I tell people, it's not about producing quantity, it's about producing quality. Right?
Yep.
Because you get people, and this is what they do also. They teach students to keep them. Oh, let me teach you this, and let me teach you that. Meanwhile, you haven't even mastered this form that I just taught you, right? And you want to learn this other form, right? So a teacher should never do that. A student should see what is worth, and he should earn it. Just because you pay tuition doesn't mean I have to teach you.
Ooh, I used that. I used that. Yes, I used that.
Tuition is for you to be a member of my school.
Yeah.
Right? And like I tell people, my job as a Shifu is to teach you. Your job as a student is to train yourself. Right? That's not my job. So if you want to learn, I have a place for it. You want me to teach you, then you got to earn that respect from me. You got to, whatever I give you, I got to see that you're working it. And when I see that you're working it, then that's how you show me respect. Because money don't mean nothing to me. Right? It comes from one hand, and I pay my bills. Period. But it's what I build with you, the rapport that I build with you as a student.
Yes, sir.
Right? I got students with me that have been with me since they were 13 years old. They're like my sons.
Yep.
Right? I treat them like that. right? But they have demonstrated to me, wow, those people, and they honor me by that. And that's why, like when we go to Hong Kong, I'm able to sit back and let them perform, right? Because I know they're gonna represent the school well.
Nice. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so that's what's important. People, I remember when I was competing and going to tournaments and how schools would come in, 30, 40, 50 kids, sacrifice their students, and go home with 1 or 2, 3 trophies. I'm like, I don't get that.
Yeah.
Why are you sacrificing your students? Right?
Yeah.
Martial arts, competition is good. And if you're going to be an instructor, I recommend people to compete, right? But there's more to martial arts than competition, right? You don't really need to compete to be a successful martial artist. You don't. And most of the time, what do? People take students and you wind up losing students, right? Because now they go like, oh, you put me in this tournament and I wasn't ready for it and whatever it is. Well, maybe you weren't ready. But also the teacher has to know if a student is ready or not. Mm-hmm. Because I know when I take my guys to compete, I know they're going to win. I just don't know what position. But I know they're going to win something, right?
Winner get disqualified.
What was that?
Winner get disqualified.
Exactly. Yeah. So the idea is that for the years of experience that I have, you should know, okay, if I send you in a tournament, definitely you can place, right? Yeah. And so a lot of people that take the students to tournaments never competed themselves. Or again, their ego, look how many students I have. Yeah. But they're not good. Right? When you walk to a school, how do you look for a school? How do you know if the teacher is worth what he's charging? Let's say you have 10 students. 8 of them should look badass, and 2 of them should be struggling, not the other way around. Mm-hmm. You walk in there, and 8 are struggling, and 2 are good, do an about face, and get the hell out of there. Because that's good for you. Right?
Yep. Yep.
And so, again, it's about, a lot of people teach martial arts and they teach forms, and people think that Kung Fu is all about forms. And what they don't teach is the application combat aspect to it, right? Amen. And once the application for combat comes into effect, it changes the whole dynamics of that form. Mm-hmm. Completely.
Yep.
What I try to tell my students is this. A form teaches you muscle memory, teaches you rhythm. Application teaches you timing, angles, okay, and how to apply it. Because in a form, you're going up and down the line,
yep,
right? In combat, I got to sidestep you. I'm going to have to circle you. So I have to be able to put that into effect, right? And when you're able to do that, people can see, and then now you can say, well, this is what I'm worth. This is what I charge, right? And when they go like, wow, but he's got all the answers for this and that. And also it's about being honest, right? There's nothing worse than seeing a teacher who's not honest.
We know a couple of them.
Yeah.
And so you have to be honest with yourself. And like when I teach people, I go, when I go from the inside gate to the outside gate, or from the outside gate into the inside gate, I go, I can get hit with this over here. I'm making people understand that I'm aware of what's happening here. Mm-hmm. I'm not just going to here and go, yeah, and you come here and we pay here, we do this and we do that, and they're doing 20 certain techniques just to poke the guy's eye out. Why couldn't you sidestep and poke them in the eye already, right? And so they try to hype the technique to make themselves look a lot better. Meanwhile, that will never work in the street. Okay?
Yep.
I'm a praying mantis practitioner. Praying mantis is probably one of the most practical combat systems in Kung Fu. And there's still stuff in training that I tell my students constantly, that's not for combat. That will never work. That's not for training. This and that, right? Mm-hmm. But you'll have people go, oh no, this won't work. Those are the people that have never fought.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. They have never fought. And so, but never be afraid to charge what you are worth.
Yep.
I teach private lessons, and I charge $100 an hour. That's what I'm worth, right?
For the level of instruction you're talking about.
Exactly. Now, because trust me, if you ask my guys, they'll tell you, man, Shifu's got eyes all over. He sees everything, right? So when I'm training you, I'll see it. I'll see what you're doing, right? And then it's about tweaking it, making you understand what it is that we're doing, not just go through the movement. And that's not what I want to see. I want you to understand what it is that you're doing, right? We're going to be doing the seminar in April at the school. And I have a pet peeve with people who can do a weapon form, but they don't know how to use the weapon outside of the form.
Yeah, of course. We were talking about that the other day.
Yep, all the time.
Well, you're just throwing a baton, man. Anybody can do that.
Yeah, yep.
Don't tell me you know how to use the 18 classical weapons, but all you know how to do is the form, right? Yep. So that's why, when I teach a weapon, I teach the complex applications of them. Because I want to be able to use that.
Yep, and that's
somewhere.
Yep. Yeah, and that's what everybody needs to understand.
I got a question.
That's going to be taking this seminar as well as, what we do at our school is form and function. And that's what Shifu's talking about. Form and function. Without form and function, it's useless.
Yes.
It really is useless.
So now I got a question for you, Shifu.
Now we've only have 10 minutes left.
Okay, so we know what you're worth, the level of instruction, all that kind of good stuff. So now I heard you talk about marketing that the other schools do and they're very good at, right? So for us to educate people and get it out there for people that are still illiterate about training, what training is, how, in your opinion, in this 21st century, we're going to market the traditional schools to compete with these other guys that are just doing the marketing and not teaching the martial arts?
Well, first of all, you get people, if you want to make money, you got to spend money. Mm-hmm. And you get people that, listen, nobody knows more about guerrilla marketing than me. Right? But I remember when I started doing guerrilla marketing and they were like cheap, it looked like really cheap, right? But I was like, nah, man, I got to start doing stuff that looks more professional. And so what did I do? I started to learn how to do my own graphics, my own stuff, because I don't have a lot of patience to wait for stuff for people to do it. And, you ask somebody for a favor, you got to wait on their time.
What?
Right?
He's the same way. He's like, we got to get that fly out. All right, I'll do it.
Yeah. And because I don't like to wait, I decided, you know what? Let me learn how to do this myself. Let me learn how to do Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop, right? And you guys see my stuff.
Yeah,
he in my neck of the woods
I gotta cut you off. So I was like, I messaged Shifu and I'm like, look, we need this flyer up. We're gonna do the seminar April 4th and 5th. We got in like 2 sentences. We got the date and the time down.
Yes.
30 minutes later, boop, he sends me a flyer. 30 minutes later, you sent me a flyer where normally I'm waiting for other people for like weeks. It was like, boom, 30 minutes. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm able to actually like utilize this. And I was like, this guy, this guy is right on the ball.
Yes,
exactly
man.
like.
It's about, you got to hop on it. You
gotta hustle.
Wait.
Gotta hustle. Right? Exactly. Make it happen.
And you know what? I spend some money to be able to get good graphics, good things to be able to use. Because it's about, if you want to brand your name, what are you doing? If you put in cheap ads, nobody's going to look at that. You got to put things that's going to attract people to look at it. Let me find out what these people are all about, right? Their ads look so professional. We could talk all the nonsense we want to say about Tiger Showman, right? But I tip my hat to that man because
his ads kick ass.
The guy's making millions, right? And you look when he makes his commercials, they are top-notch commercials, okay? And I don't care what people want to say. He's got a great organization, okay? We all wish we had what he has.
Yeah.
Right? And it's about him not talking about nobody else and taking care of his business. That's what it is. I don't care about all those schools suck. Listen, Mike Perella came and opened I Love Kickboxing right across the street from me.
Wow.
Okay?
That's balls.
Now, he knew that I was there, but I don't care because you know what? Competition is good for business. You don't see grocery stores fighting with each other, right? You don't see Burger King fighting with McDonald's, right? So when people came to my school and say, oh my God, what's going to happen? Is that going to hurt your business? I look at people and go, I teach real kickboxing. That's fake. And guess what? Within 1 year, the school closed.
Sure.
His own personal school. So no, man, I teach. What I teach is valuable. I teach a lot of police officers. Okay, if my stuff wasn't good, they would not be training with me. And this is what I tell people: your stuff has to work, and if it works, people will come. Right? If you're going to market, do professional marketing. Even though you're doing it yourself, you can still keep the value of your expenditure low, but go up a little notch on, okay, I want better graphics. So what I do is, how much does it cost me for the year? Pay it off for the whole year, right? This way I don't have a monthly. And this way I can use unlimited graphics, unlimited videos, and then all I have to put is all my information.
Yeah, I was peeping those graphics and those commercials you put on the IG, and I was looking. I was like, I was like, I had little ideas right there, you know. And it's like, it was a top-notch ad too, man.
Yeah.
It was,
Exactly. So the thing about it is that we call ourselves professional instructors. Then our image has to be also professional.
Yeah, Zongsher was just saying that people don't take us as professionsionals. And that's so true on so many different levels.
That burns my ass, man.
Cedro. Cedro was good at the graphic.
Yeah, man. Man.
Yeah. And like I said to people, listen, man, if anybody wants me to do some stuff in there, I charge a little fee. It's affordable. I can do whatever you want and help you out. Why?
He sounds like you too.
Hey, he's my uncle.
He's just sprinkling that juju around, man.
When we had the Enter the Dungeon, you know, those graphics are just killer.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, so
it's about, but you know that's the whole thing. So when you look professional, when the people come into your school and they see the stuff looks professional, this is why when I buy stuff for my school and for my students, I buy quality stuff. It might cost money, but it's going to last you for a long time. And when people see you, they're going to go like, wow. I want my people to look professional, man. We represent an organization that's international. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So image is important because if I'm meeting you for the first time, I want you to like, the first thing you say was like, wow, I love the way he presented himself. That was a cool jacket he had, like, right? And then you got people going like, why am I not making money? Look at you. Your uniform is wrinkled.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, people don't understand that image is very important, right? It's like if you want women to train in your school. Well, if your bathroom is clean and they can eat off the floor, you're going to get a lot of women into that school because the bathroom is very intimate, especially for women.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And it almost makes you feel like you're at home. So if it's dirty, who the hell wants to sit in a dirty bathroom, man? Right?
Yeah.
And so all those little details help, right? And a lot of people neglect that stuff. People need to understand that we're not back in the 70s, man. You know, some of the people that are here on the show today know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You were walking to some of these schools and it was dirty, right? You had uneducated people. Now everybody's educated. You got doctors, lawyers, nurses, people coming to train Kung Fu and any type of martial arts.
Yep.
So, because you have people that are high educated people, you need to have professional establishments, right? That look the part, is clean. The instructor knows how to speak well, knows how to explain the technique. You know, there's people that they think because they're a background that they think they know how to teach. Teaching is an art. It takes years to master it. And it's how do I get my point across to everybody, right? And because I might explain something in general and not everybody get it. And I might have to go to one person and finding out the way how to explain that to them.
Yep.
Right? And so that takes time also. But it's about, like I tell people, how bad of a badass you want to be. Right? Business-wise, and how good you want your brand name to be.
Yeah, amen. So on that note, Shifu, we definitely have to get going.
That's a lot of information
there. Before Facebook kicks us off.
I got to digest that. I definitely got to digest that.
Shifu, thank you very much. Everybody that's out there, thank you very much for being on here.
One question. So, Shifu, about the Black Sash Society. So, I know a lot of school owners, and right now we're going to be putting a lot more emphasis on the advertising and where people can get. So, where can people who want to start learning about it and signing up, where can they go?
I'm working on the Facebook page. Let me finish doing that because I want to put all the board members on them. And then once we do that, we're going to have the link where people can actually download the applications and also where they can send the payments to. And then once we have all that, we take it from there.
Awesome. Yeah. So that's coming down the pipe then. That's definitely coming down the pipe.
Shifu, thank you very much for being on the show.
And I'm definitely looking forward to April.
April 4th and 5th, guys.
Check it out, guys. It's going to be fun.
Awesome.
A lot of stuff with the game.
Awesome. Thank you so much again, Shifu. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shifu. Oh, you gotta.
Oh, he can stay on if he wants.
You want to stay on?
All right.
I told you he's busy, man.
All right, Shifu.
He's a busy man.
All right. Thank you so much, Shifu, for everything. Thank you.
Much love, Shifu.
You too. Man, oh man.
Oh my goodness.
So if you guys are not not part of this on the 4th and the 5th.
You got to plug in, man.
Yeah,
you got to plug in.
Yeah, and you guys
that's an instructor that is come up with he's a badass traditional instructor, but just like I've been telling people all along, he's one of those people that have innovated and come up with the times in terms of how these people are gonna gravitate towards the 21st century and keep martial arts viable.
Yeah, if you guys don't listen to what he's talking about,
you're gonna miss it, man.
You're missing it. And you know what? If you miss out, you assed out.
Assed out, because a lot of the things that he's talking about, marketing and all those things, and professionalism and things like that, we have put in place because we started realizing, it's 2000 now. A lot of things we were doing in the 80s and the 90s don't work no more. Why? Because all those people are grown, and then you got all these new people coming in, all these new millennials and stuff like that. And millennials deal with things totally different than the way we used to deal with things.
All right, I'm going to shut you up right now. I'm sorry.
All right.
And you making sense, but we're already 5 minutes. We're 5 minutes
already?
past. Yeah, we're already 5 minutes past. So I want to do this real quick, guys. So here we go. One more time. Check it out. Yep, April 4th and 5th. Check it out if you guys have any questions. This is going to be an 8-hour, 2-day seminar. It's going to
be heavy duty because you heard what he said. He's going to be teaching the GIM, but not only the GIM, but how to kill people with it.
Yep. So it's going to be a GIM on the first day. On the second day, it's going to be lion dance.
And that was going to be heavy duty too, man. Yeah. We're going to test. I'll see how good your kung fu is with that lion.
All right.
All right. Okay.
6th annual Masters Unite, August 1st. We got to do this quick, man. You just go on a rant. Stop. The 6th annual Masters Unite, August 1st, 2020. You're killing me. I love you to death, but you're killing me. Here we go. Next one. 5th annual Sandan Seminar, August 24th, 9 to 1, guys. Everything is going to be up as far as the event goes. He's not saying a goddamn word. 631-447-7738. Check it out. Be a part of it. Other than that, now you can say something. Now you can say something. So that's pretty much it, guys. Again, guys, thank you so much. Everybody being on here.
Yeah, man, we live in an exciting time, man. Especially it's an exciting time for martial artists.
Yep.
So you got the opportunity to get your stuff out there to as many people as you want. As long as, like you see, Shifu, is you legit, have integrity and professional, man, these people are going to come rock with you and they're going to train with you. Forget about all those nickel and dime people, because you don't want them anyway because, they're not going to help you.
Nope. come visit us.
Kids.
So that's all I gotta say, guys. We gotta get the hell out of here. So, yeah, so train real, get real. Talk real, get real.
Woo! Shout it out, bitch! Shout it out!